Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong, and I wanted to very quickly, hopefully quickly, share some little, I would call these prayer journals or faith journals, and I love the idea of keeping these by the bed so that you can record little thoughts. And sometimes little thoughts turn into big things. And I'm just going to share these kind of quickly. Jason and I have some things we want to do this evening, so I said I want to just finish up this video and then he and I are going to reconvene. As you can see, it is a fabric journal. It is meant to look almost primitive. I used some of my favorite tapestry sort of material and did a lot of embellishing. Each one has a vintage button on the front. And what I did on the inside, there are pockets all the way through these little journals. And they're to hold, of course, little things. I've printed off some beautiful images, very, very old images of things like the Annunciation, Mary Magdalene, Mary and the Christ child, and just things like that. Also, in each one, I have put 4 of these little cards that I purchased recently. I purchased a whole box of these because they were just so colorful and they have really sweet little sayings. And I will try to find a link to where you can purchase these and leave that in the description. But getting back to the journals, they're just full of little thoughts, little things that I've scanned, and actual pieces of ephemera. Like this is a little card that I scanned. It says, "The Lord bless thee and keep thee." And I did make some cards especially for these little prayer journals. There's a whole sheet. It has 9 cards. Some of the cards say, "I am grateful for." Some of the cards say today's verse. Put these back in their spots. And some of the cards say, "Today I will have faith that." And then you can write down your thought. This journal, these journals, they would be so nice to just fill up with little verses, little thoughts, encouraging thoughts. But I will just go through. So, and I'm going to list in the description all of the artists of these old paintings. I'll have to get all of that together, so I might do that after the video publishes because it's a lot and I have to write it all down and get it together. Anyway, I believe this is supposed to be Mary Magdalene. Here's a little card. I believe this is the Annunciation. I believe. I'll have to look that up again. And then I love this. That's by Jessie Wilcox Smith, Little Praying Child. And I did put in each one something that I wrote down. This is one of my favorite sayings. It says, "Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny." And of course, that just ties in with the fact that one little thought or one little action can grow into a habit, which of course turns into our character, and then our character ultimately determines really our life, how we live, and I guess just the tone of our life. So little thoughts are important. And again, more scanned artwork. Another little card. And This image, I don't always go for, I guess, images of what Jesus looked like, because I don't think we really know. The reason I included this is because it is a vintage image that I found while searching, and it was on a little prayer, like a prayer request card. And anyway, that's why that is in there. And any of the things that are in these journals, you can feel free to take them out and not use them. And this can be just an uplifting journal to put at your bedside or on your desk or somewhere where you can take the time to record thoughts or verses, or just if you're struggling with something, or just, whatever, if you need help with something. Sometimes it is very powerful to write things down. And this has a little page from an old devotional. It had psalms in it, and it had little poems in it as well. So there is a page from that old book in this one. And again, these are small little pockets. They're meant to be. This is meant to represent little thoughts. And sometimes, I don't know, I love the verse about having a word in season, because sometimes one little word or one little action can change the course of a person's day or even a person's life. So that is the first one. And the others should go more quickly because they're all very similar. The fabrics are similar, and it's got, the artwork, the cards that are meant to be written on, and there is a little page in this one from that old devotional, and each one has the same amount of cards and images in it. And you could definitely just keep adding little things in here. That's the card that I wrote down, the little thought that I wrote down. So there is that one. And I love this little card, a prayer for your recovery. And I know, at least for me, I don't have to be sick with something physical to need recovery sometimes. I think it's just nice to seek healing for so many things, whether it's, a bad spirit or just whatever, maybe misplaced anger or anything. It's nice to have help. And here is another one. And this painting is by John William Waterhouse. I love his work. His paintings were just amazing. But this is a painting of Saint Cecilia. And again, I will be adding to the description all of the names of the paintings and the artists, and they're all in the public domain. I like that. And that. So just a lot of fabric that is tapestry type fabric, and just heavy upholstery fabrics, very sturdy, and just all of these little pockets. And I wanted it to be, again, just sort of primitive, like something really old. So it's going to have some unraveling. I did stitch the edges so it shouldn't completely unravel into nothingness. And then there is a little page from that devotional, and the rest of the cards. I, of course, have one of these for myself, and I'm looking forward to using it. Here is the last one in this batch, and I'm already working on some more, so there will be some more listed. They will all be very similar. I love the color of that button. And again, all of these buttons are vintage. And I love the size. I think they really add to the journals. This one's got a gorgeous piece of trim on it. It really does. I wanted them to look rich as well, and I mean rich as in, you know what I mean, I guess fine materials. And you can see the pretty cards in this one. And that is an old print of Noah when he let the dove out to see if it would return or if it would find land. Angels. And this is the original prayer card. So it was signed by someone, and I guess it was given to someone. So that has the original one. And again, these pockets are small, and they're meant to be. They're cozy little pockets. And there are 9 of these cards, and again, there are 3 of each one. And you could definitely scan these so that you could use them over and over again. But I also am going to list, and maybe even just put it in my Facebook group. I am not sure yet. I think we looked at this one. I think we've looked at them all. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping in. These are going into the shop right now, and I will be back very soon with more. Thank you. Bye.